Erin, how are you doing?
Hi, Brian. Nice to see you. I'm good. How are you, my friend?
I am awesome on this sunny day, and very excited because we have two amazing guests today on Loc Talk. We have the power couple, Anj Carter and Antonio Freshlocs Carter, all the way from Indianapolis.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Oh, we're good. This is beautiful. I love the painting in the background. I'm sorry. I know it's something that you're not supposed to actually point out things in people's backgrounds on Zoom. I don't know. Is that some kind of like etiquette? But
I've never heard that.
Thank you.
Sometimes the background is a distraction. Sometimes people look at the background before they look at the person.
Right.
Well, it's a nice flash of color.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. Speaking of color, Anj, you still got the green on the ends there.
Yes.
I love it. Last time we saw you,
Sure.
it was like up to here. Have you been growing it out, or?
Yeah, been growing out, and I decided to go more of a natural color at the top and then my fun green at the bottom. My favorite color.
mine too. I was green. I actually, my locks were green for about 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah, I should send some old photos to you. I don't look the same.
And then of course, Antonio did my color.
Of course. You know what? For those of you who don't know the history, Anj and Antonio and Brian and I, we all met at the Natural Hair Industry Convention, and
I was wondering.
you're trying to figure it out?
Yes, I was trying to figure it out.
And I remember the first time that I connected with you, Antonio, we were sitting at the same table.
Yes.
And you got hold of our noggin oil chill.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
You started rolling it on your head. You're like, this is great. This is great.
It's silly though,
on video.
Yeah, that was actually the first night, the introductory get to know everything night.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
And then we just clicked. We connected. We stayed in touch through Instagram, and we've been supporting each other through all of our endeavors. And we're going to talk a little bit about the Brotherhood Loc Tour, right? Because Khadijah we came down to New York and did that. We attended your tour in New York, and what else? Like, we've just been connecting this whole time.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you guys have been mashing it up on Instagram. Holy.
No, I thought we met her at the convention.
All right. Because I thought he knew you before the convention, but I guess we all just met at the convention. Okay.
Yeah. Like, probably you heard about, because I was teaching a class, so maybe just through the convention ahead of time, we knew of each other and we were following each other, but it wasn't until in person that was where we connected.
Yeah. Cool.
And Anj was nice enough to be one of our models for our noggin oil presentation on stage.
Right. Yep.
I totally forgot. I am so sorry, Anj. That's right. I was actually demonstrating my crochet techniques on your hair.
Yeah. Yep, you was also, that was in class, but when you guys did your presentation, like your seminar on stage, I was also a model for the wash product.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I love it.
Ahead of the curve, because there weren't a lot of Congo locks. I mean, I didn't see a lot of them at that point.
It just seemed like it just went as soon as I got them. So it's been about 3 years now for me.
Yeah, it was really not a thing back then. So pioneer, man.
Right.
It really wasn't.
Yeah, and now we've got the locks, we've got the wicks. What's the difference between the Congo locks and wicks?
Wicks is kind of similar. I would say wicks would be more similar to more of a Rastafarian style. You just let them do what they want to do. And Congos may get a little bit more maintenance than wicks would. That's what I would.
So the wicks are sort of more freestyle.
Right.
Yeah, it can be either way, because nowadays you see a lot of people really getting real neat with their wigs. As you know, on Instagram you got, what's her name, Val Tough, or
Mhm.
Something like that. She's in Orlando, Florida, and she's definitely wigging a lot of people out. I'm kind of impressed
Mhm.
at her skills. So,
Right.
you
Yeah.
know,
And I wonder when trends shift and if people want to go smaller again, the division of those bigger parts, you know, if
Mhm.
that's going to become something that is going to be made available in professional community. You know what I mean?
It'll be interesting.
yeah, it'll be interesting to watch them evolve, you know what I'm saying, see how big they get and stuff like that. I mean, unfortunately, Angie got 22, so she still has enough to
Mhm.
stand up and have a, you know, nice form of base. Otherwise, the ones that got the big ones, it's I don't too much know about that, but I fairly know that once they evolve, they're gonna be so big that you won't be able to do anything with them.
And if you do, it will be experiment. So that's going to be interesting.
And it really that style really is more for textured hair. Like I don't think anybody would have 5-7 locks
No, I
right
need more
there.
than that.
Right. And I think sometimes it's more, they may have reached more of a different path when it comes to being natural. And sometimes people do it for more spiritual reasons too. So to me, I feel like I had traditional locks for 10 years, and this was a different journey that I went through having Congo locks.
Right. That makes sense. Yeah.
Well, they're absolutely beautiful.
So we've kind of jumped ahead because we just started talking, and that's what we do at Loc Talk. We just have conversations with our friends. But please, we can do a formal introduction. Anj, Antonio, introduce yourselves, your companies, and you know what it is that you bring to the community. So after you.
Oh, you want me to talk now?
Right. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So, what was the first one? You want me to introduce myself, right? All right. All right. Well, I'm Antonio, better known as Freshlocs. I got that name from one of my friends. They said I always used to dress fresh, so I put fresh in front of locks, and that's how you got fresh locks. I stay in Indianapolis. I'm married to my wife, Anj BlanchardCarter. We're gonna say the full name. Anj BlanchardCarter. I own my own business along with my wife. We run a lock shop, the only lock shop in Indianapolis where you only can come there if you got locks, getting lock service, getting lock extensions, getting lock repair, anything that do with locks. That's what we're known for.
Now we have a barber, so if you need your hair cut, you can come to us as well.
Well, that's great
So
because
that's a
there
good
are a
thing.
lot of styles that incorporate a lot of fades and edges and just cleaning everything.
Undercut.
Mm.
Yeah.
Do you both do color too? I know you do a lot, Antonio.
Just Antonio,
No.
he's our what we call our lead loctician. So he handles all the color clients, and we pretty much do everything else.
Yeah, I'm the licensed cosmetologist.
Yeah.
So I'm the only one, you know, able to do that kind of stuff without, you know, getting in trouble.
You're right.
Can I ask you about your cosmetologist license in Indiana? Like the process and what made you decide to go the route of getting licensed as a cosmetologist and doing locks?
Well, as a cosmetologist, I really wasn't, I was doing my wife hair at first. I wasn't doing anybody else. I was doing a couple of people, I think, if I'm not mistaken, but my goal was to go and be one of the best hairstylists, not locticians, but hairstylists around. I don't know, I just didn't like the process. I didn't like the extra hair and stuff like that. So I just concentrated on her locks and, you know,
Got better and
got
better.
better and better. I mean, I never was taught under anybody. I'm self-taught. I might have looked at some videos, you know what I'm saying, but I never went to a class. So kind of evolved,
Really
you know what
just
I'm saying,
by
about
itself.
that.
So I was his model. So everywhere I went, he could just point me out and say, well, that's my wife. I do her hair. Here's a business card. So it pretty much kind of, me being his model, us always being together, it pretty much kind of like promoted his business for him. He really didn't have to say much because he could say, okay, look at her right there. She's
You're
wearing
a
this.
walking billboard.
I'm a walking billboard. Yes. So it really helped out a lot.
Yeah, and being a cosmetologist, you know, I really went to, because I wanted to learn how to do color. Color is a want, not a need. I mean, I think a lot of people don't understand that. It's a want. You want color, you don't need color. And I just got very, very fascinated with my teacher's color. She had all these different type of reds in her hair, RRRV. I'm like, what the hell is that? You know what I'm saying? So I had to learn my color wheel and stuff like that. And I mean, I just wanted to be the best that I could be, especially being a young Black entrepreneur. Just going out there get. I had a clientele within the first 5 months of getting out of school.
Good.
I had a big clientele that you should be. They say once you graduate school, you should have a steady clientele within 5 years. I had it in 5 months.
Yes, you did.
Right.
You know, it's the whole package, right? Like, for me as well, I'm a licensed cosmetologist, and I sort of fell into doing locks very early on in my apprenticeship. But being able to understand the science of hair and you doing color, in addition to then getting into natural hairstyling with locks, it allows you to sell more service and provide more to your clients, and then getting that clientele so fast. I mean, that's your charm, that's your personality, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Yeah.
They say it's 80% personality and 20% talent.
Yeah.
That's what they say. So I believe that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Locks too.
Right.
They come, they're evolving.
They are. They really
Since the last time we seen you.
Who are you talking to, me or him?
Yeah.
Him.
Brian.
He's changing his locks up. Yeah.
Right.
And I added ends to mine.
Oh, okay.
At the
You
double
added?
twist. Yes, sir.
So that didn't happen during the pandemic. That's
Yeah, my hair just went squirrely during the pandemic. It's no, so for me, because my hair is naturally straight, I don't talk about this very often, but I love the look of a double strand twist. So I got curly textured hair and added it to the bottom, so you can see that my locks, of course, are straight. And I've just left these on, and then as my own hair grows, I'll take out the middle part and then I'll put these back up and just let them grow again. So the majority of it is my own hair, and I'm letting it lock, but it's just having.
They look good.
Yeah, we're all on a journey, right?
Yes, we are.
Get my hair fixed. This pandemic is like, I've got some broken hairs up top, man. I keep looking at them.
Yeah, I did a big chop on mine, usually in the spring.
That's what I thought. Yours was longer.
Yeah. I always find it so much easier when it's shorter in the summer, you know, when you're swimming and everything. And then by sort of like late fall, after the swimming's over, you know, no more beach activity, then I really miss my long hair again. And so I just attach them.
Okay.
I guess that's the new name of the game. Hey, you can do that any day. And I mean, now just reattaching, you cut them off and just reattach.
Right.
Yeah.
I still have my locks that I cut 7 years ago. I still have them to this day.
Yeah.
But I'm not growing this back ever.
You know what? Having the sides shaved, you have the best of both worlds, right? You have sort of the breeze and the air and less surface area to maintain. And there's a lot of pros and cons. So.
And I remember, Anj, you have a lot of hair.
A lot.
Oh my gosh, a lot of hair. So it's nice I would like some of your hair.
Because I originally, I think I was in the 200s when I had my traditional locks, because I had 177 locks with this side shaved. So I can imagine what I had with the locks there. Yeah.
Wow.
Incredible.
So,
right.
But they weren't sister locks.
No. Okay. It was just me having a lot of hair and of course a big head. But that is the reason why I said I will never grow the side back, just because I feel like I have still a full head of hair, and it's really not needed.
Mm-hmm. Did you find that getting locks gave more control to your hair and like even in a way less volume? Like controlled volume? No, it gave you more volume.
To me, yeah, when my locks were out, it gave me more volume because I believe my hair grew even longer than I have ever, than I ever would have imagined, or, went through childhood, just my years period before I got locks. So I would say it increased to me. And that is the reason why I went with the Congo locks, to decrease it in a way, but I still have a lot of hair.
That makes sense. Yep. And I tell my clients that all the time, the size of the locks and the size of your head and the texture of your hair, all of these factors play into whether or not locks are going to give you volume or decrease the volume, be able to allow for control. Like for me, my hair is straight, and my hair, when I don't have locks, it's like, have you ever seen the cartoon, The Incredibles, that little teenage daughter? Her hair is like curtain hair. It just hangs down, or like The Grudge.
The Grudge, yes. Oh God. Right.
So I love the volume, right? I love the texture. And so that's why I aesthetically was drawn to locks. And then of course the spiritual journey follows. I mean, I think that sort of comes with a lot of people. They think they're drawn to it for whatever their reasons are, and then it just evolves from there, right?
True.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I do want to say also, I want to thank you, Miss My Lots. Remember, I was in a big old funk back in the day when it came to
that is what I was getting at. That's the reason why I thought you guys met through social media first, then the actual event. But you probably don't remember. So.
You probably don't remember.
Right. So,
you might not remember, but remember I was doing Caucasian locks, and it was on Facebook.
And you were in he posted in a dreadlock group.
And a lot of people were attacking me, and you kind of came to me and was like, I got some kind of YouTube videos to look for.
Because he was interlocking the hair, and they got on him about interlocking the hair.
You don't remember?
Gosh, I vaguely do now. I mean, so you were asking how I did crochet locks on straight hair.
I think you inboxed him because he was doing it the wrong way, and they were on him. They were attacking him like crazy. And you inboxed them and told them the proper way to do it.
Like, okay, this is crazy, because I mean, my recollection of it is now more, you showed me the work that you were doing, weren't you? And then asked me questions about it. I don't feel like I would have jumped in, because I'm not the kind of person to jump in and be like, you're doing it wrong. This is
no, you didn't say it like that. I didn't show you. I think you in the group, so I think you probably was like
probably saw the video.
You probably seen the video, and you seen how people was lashing out at me, and I think you just wanted to offer your help.
Oh, because you were getting a lot of negative feedback, like a lot of people just jumping on you.
Yeah.
You were working on straight hair, or the technique, or both?
I think it was the technique.
Okay.
It was the technique, how I was doing it, interlocking and stuff like that.
Because he didn't start crocheting until you had mentioned it. Right.
Yeah. Because I felt that, you know what I'm saying? I mean, my first client that I had ever did, my first straight hair client that I ever did, I interlocked, you know what I'm saying? So he haven't had no problem since. He live in Colorado now. His hair is just as long as yours. Mm-hmm. But when he came back, and you taught me how to do that crochet method, he said it was more effective to him, but it hurt like hell.
Introducing noggin oil chill.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Right. So other than that, so after that, I've just been doing. I'm the only person in Indiana that does straight hair besides my wife.
Amazing. Well, I've been watching some of your videos. My
Mhm.
gosh, like you are such a good educator. Both of you are, but you're just getting incredible traction on Instagram. It must feel great.
Yes.
Man, it feels great, but at the same time, I thought I was working for myself, but I'm working for Instagram, you know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, I thought I was working for myself.
But guess what? He's getting paid now. So his videos that are the IGTV, they actually send him a monthly payment every month.
Oh, that's great.
Really,
Right.
that's
And you know what? That's proof positive, because I don't think I've ever heard anyone else make that claim, you know. Maybe that this is an inspiration to other people on social media, that if you do reach that level, you will get paid. That's great.
And
So-
see, I think when Damien got his page taken as well, I think he was being monetized as well. That's why he was posting so much. And now that they took his page, it's like they'll drop him back down. So he got to elevate again.
So
Yeah.
what is it based on? Is it the amount of views that you get?
It's probably the views, the interactions, period. Because he does hit pretty good numbers when it comes to the views of the actual IGTVs, but it's only based on the IGTV.
And they have to be 2 minutes long.
Oh, okay.
It has to be 2 minutes long. It doesn't, and it has to pertain to what I'm doing.
Right.
It can't be just like a content I put on there from somebody else's page. I just want to, it got to pertain to something that I'm doing, you
Pretty
know,
much educational.
educational basically wise, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I got 2 checks so far.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
Thank
Anj, you're teaching a class on Sunday, a virtual
Yes, I
class.
can't wait. So this will be probably, I think, my 4th or 5th class. During quarantine, they helped us out a lot. From having experience with Brotherhood Loc Tour, I already knew the structure. So being able to apply that myself, that's what pretty much motivated me to go ahead and do it on my own. When we were during our quarantine here in, the US, we started by, well, I actually thought of the Zoom of actually teaching one-on-ones via Zoom, and that brought it to light once we opened back up in Indiana. So I've just been moving forward, and I would do a class maybe every quarter. And I seen the overwhelming of people really wanting that type of training and needing that training from different areas. My last class and some of my classes, a lot of people are traveling to me just to get the knowledge because they're not getting it in their area. So I saw a lot of positive feedback from it, and that's what keeps me going and going. And I really enjoy interacting with everyone. I love one-on-ones, but I love group classes because I could say it one time and then, be able to impact a lot of different trainees.
Amazing. That's inspiring.
Yes.
Karen and I haven't quite cracked that one yet, but it's on the burner.
Okay.
It's just so hard though, you know what I'm saying? I mean, just to keep up with content every day, just to find something to talk about, you know what I'm saying? Be it, even though if you done repeated it, you know what I'm saying? I mean, hell, how much things can you teach about?
Right.
Right.
You can have content fatigue, right? And social media fatigue and just burnout.
It burns out, yeah. Because sometimes I would stay off of it. It'll burn me out where I stay off of it for a couple of days. But knowing that you staying off for a couple of days kind of impacts you as well, because people feel that, okay, you're not putting enough content out, I'm just going to unfollow you. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, if you don't keep up with the content, then it's, to me, and I'm like, I'm grateful, I'm blessed, but to me, I should have been over 100,000 long time ago.
About all the education.
About, you know what I'm saying? I'm just about all the education that I give out and all the knowledge that I give out for free. You know what I'm saying? I thought I would have been at 100. I thought I would have been up there with P Styles by now, at least. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I still got, sorry, I got a long way to go.
You know what? It's the algorithms. It's the algorithms.
It is.
You know, so I want to touch back a little bit about
Yes.
you mentioned Damien, right? And for those who don't know, who haven't necessarily been following, Damien Walters is Universe of Naps, KNAPPS, and he had over 150,000 followers.
150. Yep.
And his account was hacked and he couldn't retrieve it. I didn't know that until when my account was hacked. That's when I learned his was. And now that you're telling me, you know, he was putting out paid content, and that's just taken from him. That was robbed from him.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely robbed from him. So yeah, I can see why he's in a kind of funk right now, because that's years of content.
Invested, yeah.
You know, it's just going. You know what I'm saying? So I see why he doesn't post, because he gotta probably get his
Put the groove back and get the
motivation like you have. You know what I'm saying? You jump right in and, you know, demanded that you get your, you know, your followers back. I think that just kind of hurt him a lot. And, you know what I'm saying, it's just gonna take him some time to get back to where he was.
And we thank you for reaching out to us about the what is the
two-factor authentication.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because we end up doing that, so it helped out a lot. It's things that I've actually told Antonio a long time ago, because I manage a lot of the business. So I just tell him, do not click on anything. Let me read it and then we'll go from there, but do not click on anything, because they can easily, you know, get a hold to any information of ours. So
yeah, it's a crazy world. My business, one of my corporate accounts got hacked a few years ago, and almost $20,000 disappeared. And that was my wake-up call.
Right.
And when I actually first started talking with my bank, the fraud division at my bank, they actually said, you know, you might not get this back.
Wow.
And so luckily I had sort of safeguards in place, and I'd been doing certain things, sort of like they tell you should change your passwords all the time, for instance. And so luckily it took 3 weeks, but I was able to get everything back. But it's a crazy world. It's crazy. And then they found, like, they were able to trace the person that hacked me to Russia.
Wow.
But there's no way to go after people, because they don't have any international trade agreements, you know, not trade agreements, sort of like legal agreements to go after people. So it's like billions and billions of dollars every year that just disappear. And then now with Instagram and social media, that's another way of attacking people's livelihoods, right? And yeah, it's crazy. Really have to be careful.
You do.
Especially when them people be in your DMs and sending them encrypted letters and stuff like that. I just press delete.
Right. Block. I don't want you coming back.
Yeah. But see, the situation that happened with me, I was corresponding with Shamir Falk from Dr. Locs about an episode of Loc Talk. Okay. And we've been corresponding back and forth for a bit, but then there was about a 2-month break, and I reached out to her. She didn't get back to me, and I texted, and she didn't get back to me. I found out she changed her phone number. Okay, no big deal. But it was just a series of small little events that led me to this paranoia of, did I do something to upset her or offend her? And when I messaged her on her personal account, I had already received the message from the hacker on her business account. And it was about a copyright infringement. And so my brain was like, well, I just talked about her products. Maybe I said something that was against the copyright. So I click the appeal form, and that was enough for the hacker. I did not put my name in. I did not put any sensitive information into any form. All it took was a click on the Instagram direct message. And it was like, oh, your information is protected, etc. And it led me peace of mind. And meanwhile, I messaged her personal account. And by the time she had reached back to me, the hacker had taken my account over and was talking back to her as me.
Wow. So yeah, to be honest, I'm glad you mentioned that, because I've been contacted through my website. So it's sent as an email and it states the same thing that you stated about copyright. So they wanted me to click the link and I messaged them back and I stated, I don't feel safe with clicking this link or anything. If I did anything, I would like you to send me the picture by sending me a screenshot. And then we can go from there. But I knew every picture that I put on my page is really something that I take in myself, or, you know, a photographer that I hired. So that kind of, you know, clicked to me that what you're stating is wrong. So I don't believe you, and you show me proof, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, but mine was via email, so I'm glad you stated that. So it make me be more aware that they can reach you any type of way.
Yeah.
Email, you know, certain ways.
Yeah, because that's what they was doing on in my DM. They were saying copyright infringements, and I was like, copyright infringements, and I was like, I almost clicked it, but some just told me, you know what, I ain't copyrighted nobody, so
Right.
I ain't clicking nothing.
Right.
Right.
So yes,
Yeah.
so I'm happy we are talking about this, because a lot of people don't know about it. And you know, sometimes, you know, when you accuse a person of doing something, they're immediately, okay, I'm gonna click on this. So I'm glad that we are talking about this.
Yeah. Yeah. And Shamir got her account back, Dr. Locs.
That's great.
That's so great. You know,
Great.
that's it. Not everybody is so fortunate, and myself included. You know, I think that, you know, Damien's 150,000 followers versus my 25,000 followers. I can't fathom how distraught he must be feeling. My heart goes to him. And so everyone needs to follow Universe of Naps, spread the word, get his followers back, find his tribe.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I think we should have a quick break. And then when we come back, I want to talk a little bit more about the Brotherhood Loc Tour and sort of where that went and what that's evolved into, you know, and talk about the other brothers a little bit, and then maybe have a noggin oil / Freshlocs giveaway. What do you think? Does that sound
Sounds
exciting?
good.
Sounds great.
We'll be right back.
Right back.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Karen, your hair looks super cool today, man.
Oh,
What's going on?
thanks, Brian. I have noggin oil to thank.
What is noggin oil?
You don't know what noggin oil is? I have a cleanser, a toner, and a moisturizer for my scalp.
And those 3 little roller balls look very cute. What are they?
Great question, Brian. We have Replenish, which is like a light moisturizer for your noggin. We have the Chill, which is for alleviating tension and discomfort to the scalp, especially during tightening services for locks or braids. And Glow is the multi-carrier treatment oil, and it's more of your heavy-duty moisturizer for the noggin. Great for these winter months and great for extra dry scalp.
For parted hairstyles, sectioned hair,
Locks, braids, hair extensions, weaves, twists, anything.
amazing. Looks beautiful and minimal and healthy.
We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Hey everybody, we're back with Anj and Antonio, Freshlocs. So we want to hear about the Brotherhood Loc Tour. And I know, Karen, you attended. That was 2 years ago?
Boy, oh boy, 2019.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, here's the thing. 2020 just didn't even exist. Like it just
Wow.
vanished.
Right. It didn't
It
exist.
That's true. So how did the whole thing start?
Yeah.
We all met at the convention. It was at the convention. So a lot of things happened when it came to Atlanta at the convention.
They met at the
We had
club.
lunch with everyone because Trini was already there. Damien was already there. Antonio, because they were all panelists. Of course, I was there. And we linked up with Royce because he stays in Atlanta, and P Styles we had to call on the phone. So on our way going back to Indianapolis, we were talking to P Styles, and that's how everything came together.
And you thought, this is a great idea. We're gonna take the top locticians, the brothers, and we're gonna go into different states and teach your techniques, right?
Yes. And what brought me into it is because me and Antonio, we were already traveling, and we were traveling. I don't know if we were traveling to more cities than everyone else, but we were traveling enough time, straight through, where we knew how to do it all. Like the structure part, I already knew just because of Antonio already, doing it. But that pretty much helped with Brotherhood Loc Tour. All they had to do was bring to get a title, which is Brotherhood Loc Tour, and then I did all the rest.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
And I kept saying to you, I remember I was like, girl, I feel your stress because you were like behind all the men, right? Just taking care of all of the logistics, all of the sales, all of the advertising. People don't get it. They don't realize, like, it's not the guys. Yes, they show up and do the work on the day
They
of.
show up, just show
All
up.
the prep.
So yes, having to get 5 men, me
Mhm.
being the only female, having to get 5 men at the same location, then the salon. It's a lot of work, but I enjoyed it. It brought us closer together. I wish we would have been able to reach out to some type of media production and filmed it all, because that is how exciting it was. Yes.
And how many actual events were there in the tour?
I believe it was 9. It was 9 cities in 8 months. So 2 cities in 1 month. So yeah, we were everywhere. It was crazy.
What
But it was exciting.
first one that comes to mind that you're just like, that city, that weekend? What's the one that really stands out for you?
Miami.
Atlanta for me.
Okay.
Miami was the last. That is where it begun, because people don't know that we actually all got together in January of 2019, I believe. Yeah, January of 2019, and we flew to Miami to do a photo shoot for the advertisement of Brotherhood Loc Tour. And that was the last city that we went to in November of 2019.
Right.
And Atlanta, what was it for Atlanta for you, Anj?
The most people. We had the largest facility, the largest salon to actually host it at the salon. It'd be the largest, and we had the most impact, you might as well say, just because people were traveling from all over to Atlanta. They were doing that really every city, but Atlanta, we had over 50 trainees.
That's wonderful.
So
Wow.
yes, that was great.
Amazing. And it all really started at the Natural
Yep.
Hair Show.
Industry convention, yeah.
There was a panel discussion, I remember. You were all on stage. It was amazing, amazing discussion. And I think that was it, right? Was that really the inception?
Yeah, I think that what it was, because I know you guys, they was having all the classes, and I don't know, it was something about the classes that I guess me and the other brothers kind of,
like,
we didn't agree on, you know what I'm saying? And I felt like that, not saying, anybody was wrong, but we felt that we could do the same thing, you know what I'm saying? And
just pertaining to locks and pertaining to more of a, I think the panel itself had, I think the title was men dominating the lock world or something like that. So that's what made us keep it as a brotherhood, because it was a male panel that at that discussion or at that event. So that's the reason why we rolled with it and did it that way. We know Trini is very good at being able to express how to be professional, how to market. We knew Damien pretty much, he knew how to do everything, but when it comes to his different techniques, everybody had a role. And I felt like it was easy to have a class and demonstrate all of that all in one. And you just go to that class and you will be able to learn everything that you need to know.
Yeah, when Khadijah and I talked about it, we didn't know how it was going to work, right? We thought, okay, so we have these 5 different locticians that have similar but different techniques, and how you set it up. Was it in New York? Was that how it worked in all of the locations?
All
so
the
can
locations.
I talk on that? Because I thought this actually is really kind of cool. I've never experienced it in this way. All of the locticians were set up at stations in the salon, and each one started independently, but as the time progressed, because each one of you did the full head service, you could then pop back and forth between chairs and go, oh, I want to see what P Styles is up to now. Oh, I know that Damien's going to do this part now. And I would just be pinging back and forth, checking stuff. And then if there was like too many people around one person, and then you could go to someone else, and there would be a little bit of a slow, like, the lock services take time, right? So you might be just seeing the same thing for a little bit. I liked it.
Thank you.
I liked it. Yeah.
Yeah, super cool concept. Do you think after the pandemic that you might want to start something like that up again?
Me and Antonia, we're cool with it because we're still doing it now.
I'm still
in a way.
I'm still
We're
traveling
still
now.
traveling now, but we're waiting on everyone else to be comfortable. And, because it is hard. Some people have had deaths in their families, and, friends or such died. So I get it. So we'll get there, but it is going to take some time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we think that, when we do it, because this would be like a finale to the, you know what I'm saying, to the whole Brotherhood Loc Tour. We're thinking about doing it on a cruise ship.
Cool.
Right. Right.
And guess
So it has to be bigger than the last tour.
Guess what? We're gonna do our Loc Talk World Tour on that ship too.
On the
Yes,
cruise.
we are. Yeah.
So yeah, we're thinking about doing it on the ship that everybody can enjoy themselves,
And then could still come to class and then enjoy yourself. Yeah. Right.
It's such a party.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that sounds like a blast.
Hey, I mean, somebody has to do it.
Right.
And Anj, you're gonna organize the whole thing.
The
Yes.
whole thing all over again.
Yes. But
But
luckily
this
it's from
is,
one
yeah,
spot.
just got to go to one destination. So,
That's gonna be on the water.
right.
Sure. So yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Giveaway time.
Giveaway.
Look, I see your mind working.
Well, yes, I know, right? The giveaway is admission on the cruise. No joke. All right, now we have your attention.
Yes.
So we are going to give away a combo, the full line of noggin oil, to a lucky listener, watcher on the YouTube premiere of this episode. And Anj and Antonio, we would like you to ask a trivia question pertaining to something that happened early on in this episode of Loc Talk. And the first person to comment in the comments below on the YouTube channel on this video, we will reach out to them when they have the correct answer and give them some noggin oil. In addition to that, first time on Loc Talk, Anj and Antonio are going to add to the combo their products. You want to tell everybody what you're going to give to the pack?
Yes, we are going to give a bottle of our rose water mist spray. It is a great spray that you can use daily. It actually helps strengthen your locks from the inside out, and also a bottle of our growth oil
That she makes from her
that
love.
I make myself.
Yes, so
Wow.
growth oil and the rose water spray. And rose water is just such a really powerful natural ingredient that is understated. There's so many benefits to the rose water. So
It is.
Mhm.
yes. Okay.
What's the question?
All right. So to all the listeners out there, the question is, how long did it take me to get a established clientele? All
That's
right.
the question.
That's the question.
Yep.
Let's see if we can get it.
All right. Well, so we've talked about the Brotherhood Loc Tour, and we've talked about how we met at the Natural Hair Industry Convention. Let us know now. So what's in addition to the cruise, what else is on the list of things to do for Anj and Antonio?
More classes. Antonio does less classes than me, so I'm going to get him up to speed, and he's going to do more lock styling classes and also marketing. That's something that he's very great at, and I know that's something that a lot of people want.
And also in the future, hopefully, with the universe permitting us, that we'll open our first lock shop in Dallas. That'll be where the next Freshlocs will be, in Dallas, Texas.
Wonderful.
What's the connection to Dallas?
I'll be there in the next week and a half. So I go to Dallas every 2 months. So I'm actually establishing a clientele up there as I go. So the more people see me in Dallas, the more people have flocked to me without me having to really trying to go out there and get clientele. They already know that I'm coming there. I will be there. I won't be there per se. I'll be there to manage, because where I will stay is here in Indianapolis. This is my home. But yeah, we will be building a relationship with Dallas.
And they also,
franchise.
yes, right. And they also do not have that many lock shops, or I'm not going to say locticians, but in a way they don't, because they travel 2 to 4 hours just to come to Dallas to get service. So I can tell that it is a need there. They have a lot in Houston, but they don't have a lot in Austin or Dallas. So we get a lot of people to travel to us from Dallas to Dallas.
That's smart.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you're thinking about the market and where there's a sort of a gap in the market and the demand is there. Clearly you're going there every second month and you're booked up. So that's, of course, so smart.
Brilliant.
Yes.
That's
So,
great.
I mean, so yeah, we love our, after that is California. It's a big market for California. There's not too many locticians in LA, period.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's not a surprise.
It's more sister lock.
it's the house of, it's the city of sister lock.
locks, right? But not
Really?
traditional locks, because that was another large class when we went to LA. So to be honest, we may do more of Oakland or San Francisco than LA, but California most definitely.
Most definitely.
Good.
Cool.
Good. I love LA. I mean, I have friends and I have a few clients over in LA as well. So, but Oakland's not that far. It's a few hours, right?
Yes,
Just a
it's
few
about
hours, about
3
3
to
hours,
4, I
3
believe.
hours.
Yeah.
That's
Something like that.
Yes.
But
I
yeah,
can't wait until we see you in person again. I'm so excited. Yeah. Yeah.
And now we have a cruise to look forward to.
Right.
Yes,
It might be a few years, but we're working on it.
yeah, as soon as this pandemic is over, you know what I'm saying, I think everybody, be looking to get out the house and stuff like that. And that would be something great to do, fun to do as well, not just sit in the class, learn. You can, go do what you want to do, then come back to class. And, we can all just enjoy our time as one big Loc family. So maybe that's what we should call it, the Loc family. Man, look, I'm trying to think of a name already. Look. So look, the addition, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, the Loc family. Because all of us gonna have locks. We're probably gonna wonder what tribe you're from.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Miss McDread should come over from Dubai.
Yeah. Yes.
Dread, yes, we started. Yeah, that's my homie right there with the crochet method. Yes, yes. So yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it, huh?
It's a family.
Yeah, it's a
Yes,
family,
it's a
you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's enough money here for everybody. Whether you do the same technique as somebody else, you might just do it a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? There's enough information in this, community of ours that everybody can share, because now a lot of people, know about Antonio Freshlocs or Chris Madrid or Damien or Ma Locks, you know what I'm saying? So, and we all got different ways of doing things, but at the same time, it's still the same way, but just in a different perspective.
Yeah, and we all bring each other up by sharing the knowledge, right? And passing it.
Correct.
And that's what you're supposed to do, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people, I know we ain't got too much time, but I know a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, get on me about my educational skills when it comes to IG, you know what I'm saying? But I really don't care, because a lot of people can't get to me. A lot of people can't afford me, and don't want to take all these secrets to my grave. So I just rather give it out to my IG family, and you know what I'm saying? And from there, I get a lot of DMs saying that they love me, and you know what I'm saying, things like that. And I appreciate that, because there are not a lot of people giving what I do to people for free.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people are charging for what I do, you know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of locticians kind of, some of them, not a lot of them, but some of them like, why is he doing this? You know what I'm saying? He can get paid for it. I'm still going to get paid for it because I'm just showing you on a video.
Right.
You still got to know what I do in depth with it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really mind, you know, I guess I don't mind.
Okay, so for all the people that are listening or watching that want to get into doing this, the education, the video, you know, IGTV, what's the one recommendation that you can give our listeners and viewers to get motivated, to get focused, and to make it happen?
What I would say is just be consistent at what you do. You know, it's all about consistency, you know what I'm saying? As far as getting your market up and getting your followers up and things like that. Like I said, you are on a timeline. They give you that in Instagram, the activity part. So it's just about being persistent, knowing what you want, and being humble about the situation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, persistence. You know, that's what I just try to tell people. If you want something like I have and my wife have, you have to keep on, going forward, driving forward, never take a step back. And I'm glad that I do teach, because now my wife can take my place, because this is her empire. I'm just in it. You know what I'm saying? So everything is for her. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that I got somebody that's, on my side that can take care of the business. Just in case anything was happening, she will always be
Your queen.
Yeah, she'll always be great.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Well, that's a
That's
great way to end. We love you guys.
Love you too.
Wish you all the best. Stay safe, stay healthy,
Yes.
and keep plugging. Thanks for your inspiration.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And
For
thanks
having
to our
us.
listeners and our viewers. We will see you next time on Loc Talk. Everybody have a wonderful day.
Don't
Take
forget
care.
to subscribe.
Subscribe.
Bye.
Okay, peace out.
Bye-bye. Peace out.
Loc Talk. Loc Talk. This episode of Loc Talk was brought to you by
Noggin oil, Log Locks, World Hair and Skin.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.
We'll see you next time.